So I've been talking to the camera this whole time and it hasn't even been recording. But I'm on the Martha Jordan Birding Trail. And the Martha Jordan Birding Trail is this two-rutted road. This road with two ruts. And behind me is the gate. Well, you don't access it by the gate. You access it by the parking lot north of the gate. There was an interesting change in the shadowing behind me, and I thought there was something behind me. Anyway, there's a chance of seeing a bear on this trail, and really I don't want to do that, so I'm going to try to make as much noise as possible. This is the first time I've worn a backpack in, and my water bottle's in there, and the ice is rattling. I try to make as much noise on this trail because of the bears as I can, but it turns out that my water bottle rattling in the backpack makes plenty of noise. I wish I'd thought about that a long time ago. Usually there's a ton of mosquitoes on this walk, and it's a little breezy today, but it's usually not very breezy on the trail because of all the trees, I think. But usually in the summer you get eaten alive, and today's been it's really good. I wasn't able to put bug repellent on Ox because his bug repellent wouldn't spray right. Turns out he doesn't even need it. I keep forgetting that there's also rumor of a cougar in the area. People say they have seen it, but interestingly enough, nobody has actually gotten video of it. The trail is almost a solid hedge of marsh grasses and salal, I think it is, but with a few animal trails off to the sides here and there. Usually it's so full of mosquitoes because this is wetland on either side. The beginning of walking a path with him takes forever. This is a place that you do not want to be in high winds. Ground is very soft and trees fall over all the time. It's tempting to let your dog off a leash here because it is so lonely, and there seems like, there wouldn't be a problem with it, but really there's all kinds of wildlife on this path. There's bears, and if there's a mama with cubs, you don't want your dog loose. There's also porcupines in these woods. I've seen them from the car by the street. Of course, there's the cougar that has been spoken of. And then one time we saw an otter up at the pond, and Ox chased it, and I was very upset with him. I would have liked to have seen it too. It's called the Martha Jordan Birding Trail, but really there's not a lot of birds on it. I mean, there's a few, but I have seen and heard way more birds at Cape Disappointment than I've seen and heard here. If you can see way down there, there's a big spot of sunlight. That's our target. It actually looks further away on the phone than it does in real life. This is an impressive animal trail. I would not be surprised if it was used by a bear. There's a directional marker that shows me that I'm almost there, besides that big bright patch of sunlight in the distance. Anyway, this is the edge of the pond. I forget what the pond's name is. I'll have to look it up later. But this is the same pond that you can see from Oysterville Road, and it goes back a couple of miles. It's a huge, huge pond. I normally avoid the Martha Jordan birding trail in the summer because Ledbetter State Park is just lousy with mosquitoes this time of year. But since it was windy, I thought I'd chance it, and I'm glad I did. One time I was walking back from the pond, and I looked back behind me when I got halfway back, and in this bright spot there was a bear standing there. And I had walked right by him, probably walked right by him and didn't even know it. And this is the pond. I'm really disgusted that I can't remember the name of it right now. But yeah, this pond goes all the way to Oysterville Road. Way down there. Eagles and turkey vultures like to roost in those stumps. I believe at one point I witnessed that log in the water upright as a tree. There's a ton of dragonflies over the water. No birds right now though. On the other side there's a little bog with some big lilies growing in it. This would be a prime bird watching spot. When the water's higher, the water spills over the spillway here. Makes a lot of noise. Nice noise. Well, I've spent my 5 minutes here, maybe longer, and it's time to head back. If you keep going that direction, there's more trail. There's boardwalk, and I'm not sure what's beyond that. I know the gates to Ledbetter Farms are that way, but you don't go into Ledbetter Farms. The trail goes around Ledbetter Farms, I believe, but we almost never go that way. One, because there's a lot of mosquitoes that way, and the other is this is ambitious enough for me. Once I get to the pond, I relax at the pond for a few minutes and then I walk back. That takes this trail takes me at least a good hour with all the stops and the resting and walking back. And there's a bear. Check it out. Is that cool or what? They move so silently. They don't make any noise at all.